Join me, Grace Micheni, in our today's Up Close hashtag A Calling to Serve, where we are joined by Honorable Dennis Mutwiri, MCA Mugwe Ward, who shares with us his story on how it all began.
I'm Dennis Mutwiri, MCA for Mugwe Ward. I'm born at Kanoro Village in Kirege sublocation back in the year 1983. I also went to Keren Secondary, the same ward, where I did my Form 4. Then from there, I went to Kenya Institute of Management. I did my certificate. Then later I also did my diploma in the same institution. And currently I am doing my bachelor degree in the Management University of Africa, which I am finishing within the course of this year. When I was in high school, I used to tell people that when I will grow up, I will become a manager. And the fact that leadership is a calling, and leadership is made through the process of education and people getting engaged in various activities. I remember very well when I was in primary school, I was the end boy from class 1 to class 7. In class 8 and 7 and 8, I was the school end boy. When I was in high school, from Form 1 to Form 3, I was the class prefect. And when I was in Form 3 and Form 4, I was the school end boy. I was the chairman of Christian Union. I used to preach. Back in my church where I fellowship, I've been the youth chairman throughout. So when I came in the community, I engaged in various activities that I practice leadership in the community, especially in the symbios and the youth network that we used to have to engage in youth matters. And after devolution, that was 2012, I realized that we have the county government, and in 2013, I wanted to vie for an MC. But of course, most of the people that I consulted, they used to tell me I'm very young, it is not the right time for me, and I listened to them. So I decided in 2013 I'm not in ballot, but I was very active in politics of this county by then. When devolution started working, that was when we elected leaders in the year 2013. I worked with them, and I was a youth leader in Chukai and Bangombe constituency, because we used to form youth organizations and we used to lobby so that youth can get empowered through the project and the programs that are implemented by county government and the national government. In the year 2016, I realized there is an opportunity for me to enter in politics and be able to present the people of my area, especially the young people, because I believe that I have ideas and I have the qualities that are required to present the people. So 2017, I announced my candidature and I started my campaign strategies to fight for the MCA for Mugwe Ward. And being the youngest person who was contesting for elected position at that time, that is 2017, one thing I looked at, it is the issues to do with the youth, because I believed as a youth, and having many youth backed me, and having convinced the youth to be united, especially within my area, that gave me a big opportunity to talk to the elderly people and the other members of the society to believe that a young person can be given an opportunity and can serve the people better. The major law of an MCA, number one, is legislation. As an MCA for Mugwe Ward, I have sponsored several motions and also bills in the county assembly. For instance, in the year 2018, as the chair of Youth, Sport, Culture and Social Services, I sponsored the Tharaka County Sport Policy 2018, which is already passed, and I'm expecting when it is implemented, the youth that are engaged in sports, they will really benefit out of it. I sponsored a motion to ensure that the street children and the vulnerable children that the county could start with a recreation center, whereby our youth that are vulnerable can get some assistance. The second law of an MCA is budget making. Every financial year, we normally come up with a project that we pass through the budget. Then the second law is presentation, and the third law is oversight. In Mugwe, for instance, if I talk about the project that are done by the county government through the MCA, because one thing that I would like to clarify is that all the projects that are done within the ward are the projects that the MCA himself has proposed, and we have passed the budget. Then the secretary will implement. In the Mugwe ward, so far, we have 12 ECD classes that are complete, and they are being used by various in the school. When it comes to the issues of health, so far we have supported the completion of Kiamusie dispensary. We have in this year we are supporting Keren dispensary to be completed. That is the maternity wing, and through other stakeholders, and we are starting a new dispensary at Mupukolo that will serve the people from other area. When it comes to the issues of loan, we have done a lot. For instance, one of the biggest projects for this county government, it is Tamaking Kiereni, Tamaking Kambandi, Serral Water Loan, which is in Mugwe Ward. That is the biggest project in terms of loan in Mugwe Ward. We have been able to moram and grant moram and also expand several loans in Mugwe Ward. Every year at least we do at least one major loan and small finger loan that are within the ward. The first year we started with a loan that is in Getaleni, that is called Kwandami Kadazani Nturia loan. That is 7-kilometer road that was graded and well moramed. We have another road that we have graded and moramed, that is Kiongoni, Kumbo, Kavero, Kakwegole road. It is well moramed and graded. We have a road that we are doing currently, that is from Kiereni dispensary, Iroko, Loanjoke, Kibingo, Ndima, Matinia Road. It is almost complete. And other several roads, for instance, we have a road called Kiereni Market, Kadidini, Muganjoke Road. That is almost that we have done. We have moramed. Kiereni Market, we are able to moram the small road within the market, in Shera Market, and also in Kazatani Market. We have been able to light almost all our markets. In Kirege, we have a front light in Kirege Market. We have another front light in Kiereni Market. We have another floodlight in Shera Market and another floodlight in Kavagani Market. We are able to do several footing bridges because initially the footing bridges that was done by the former regime, they were wooden, but we have been able to do permanent feeder road so that schools, our children can have good access to cross the rivers, especially during the rainy season when they are going to schools, and also our farmers when they are taking their milk to dairy, and also our parents when they are going to the market. We started with the Gitwaka bridge that linked the Chuka town and the Gitwaka people, which was that we did, and it is completed. We have a footing bridge that is it's called in Kanyani footing bridge in Mugwe, that is the Ken area, whereby most of our pupils from the area that is from the local area, some of them they go to Kagani primary and secondary school, which is doing very well, which is in Magumoni ward. So that's why there was the need to have that in Kanyani footing bridge, which was completed. We have another footing bridge in Gitareni that is called Kadoli footing bridge that connect the people of Kiamushi to Mugwande areas. We have another small footing bridge at Kirege that links people from Kirege to Mobukoro Team Buying Center. And all those footing bridges, they are completed. We also building a bridge that connect the people from Kiereni to their own area. It is called Muganjuki. And now people from Kabibini can be able to cross up to Deroni through that bridge that we have connected there. And also there is a big caravat that we have put in a place called Kashagoni that was carried by a river during the last season, but right now it is already completed. So the people that are using Kirege up to Mokoro, they can be able to access that road very well. Those are some of the few things that I can mention, but of course in almost every area we have touched we have done some activities. One thing I have liked is interacting the people, because when you talk to so many people, you get a lot of knowledge, a lot of information on what people think and what people perceive, and also the perceptions that people have towards the leaders. As an MC, one thing in the community is that you find the expectation of people, they are too much. And again, MCA has got no fund, non-development fund. So when you try to tell people that the work of the MCA is to do the oversight, is to registrate, is to do the presentation, they want to see the MCA telling people the project that he has done himself, whether it's loaned, whether it is water, but that is not there in the constitution. That is not the law of the MCA. And again, the MCA themselves were not given any development budget, but the people could not really, our people are not able to understand that our law is exactly what is our law. So it gives us a lot of struggle to make the people understand the duties or the work of an MCA. Then the other challenge that we have really faced, it is how we relate with the executive, because in most cases the executive are the implementers of the project. When the executive comes in the ground, those are the people who are employed by the office of the governor or by the county executive arm. they try to create perception that the MCs are not working, and yet we are the people who normally approve the budgets that they normally make. So the ignorance of the people, or the failure of civic education being conducted, so that every person will understand the work of the MCA, make our work more challenging. That we have to keep on trying to talk to the people so that they understand our law. Another thing is that when they come to the projects that are being done by the county government, we realize like most of these projects which are done by the county government in our ward, the executive want to own the project. They don't want to give the MCA the credit that they are supposed to have to deserve. Now, because there is those loopholes in the constitution that MCAs are not the implementers of the project, it makes MCA looks as if he has not participated in some of those development activities. The issue of BBI, or the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020, is a very critical thing that people are supposed to be aware. And when we talk about constitutional amendment through a popular initiative, there is the stages that the BBI is supposed that the process is supposed to start. And right now I can say that the process of the constitutional amendment, it is in the process. The MCA, they are the facilitators of the process. And when the bill was brought to us, that is the Constitutional Amendment Bill 2020, or BBI, in Tharaka-Nithi we passed the bill, and also more than 44 counties in the Republic has passed the bill. That is to mean is that the MCAs have approved that the process is supposed to continue. And what I could like to say is that the MCA did the right thing, because they cannot make the decision alone. We present the people who are saying no and others who are saying yes, but we cannot make the decision on behalf of without consulting them. That we decided to be very fair is that we give the people an opportunity to say yes or no in the ballot, so that the majority will carry the day. But I can like to enlighten some few things in that document. Number one, we need to ask ourselves, what are the benefits if we pass the BBI? In our current constitution, when we talk about in devolution, the money that comes in the devolved function, it is 15%, or rather what we call the minimum guarantee, it is 15%. But in Uhuru government, he has been giving us more than 15%. But what is our minimum guarantee? It is 15%. In this document, what we are saying is that we raise the minimum guarantee to 35%, so that in the future, the minimum guarantee in the devolved function, it is 35%, so that even if we have anybody at the top, we are sure that counties will get 35% of the revenue that Kenyans normally collect. At the same time, when we come at our counties, we have said that we want 5% of that money to go direct to the ward. That is to mean is that there is no MCA who will require to be a beggar or to bow to somebody so that he has some money to do development in his ward. Right now, if you go to our ward, we can find that some of the ward have been left behind, maybe because of the loyalty and also because of the political issues. So that's why we want a similar fund to the CDF is created, for the ward development, so that every ward will get a minimum guarantee, that is 5%, and by that we shall have money at the grassroots. There is so many other things that we also look at, because in Kenya we are saying more than 70% are young people who are desperate, have no jobs, there is no hope for them. But what constitutional amendment bill is proposing, it is that we introduce a new commission that is called Youth Commission, and the Youth Commission will look at the affairs of the youth holistically. It will now be able to do research, it help to do policies and advise the government on how we can be able to empower the youth. That is to mean that this platform will give youth an opportunity to engage with the government, and also it will give an opportunity for youth to have programs that are able to empower the youth, and by that our youth will have some hopes for us. So what I could say is that the MCA decided not to kill the process, but to facilitate the process, so that the next level people will get an opportunity to lead and make decisions for themselves. But so far, because up to now people are ignorant, people don't know what is in the document, that's why as an MCAs we find it is good for the process to continue and the people to have an opportunity to lead for themselves, to interrogate the document, and of course we go to the referendum where people will have an opportunity to say yes or no. I also do mentorship, especially to youth in school, because I realize that youth in school require a lot of advice and also some counseling. Also in the community I do some training, because I have realized people suffer in two things. When you go in places, people have two major problems. Number one, people lack money. So I do a kind of social entrepreneurship whereby I try to train people in groups on how they can make money. Then the other thing is doing peer counseling, because most of the youth they have a lot of stress. So the combination of people having stress and lacking money become the major challenge that our Kenyan youth are facing. And I decided part of my part-time I will be spending time with them and to address those two things. And also for my personal income, I'm also a farmer. I do some farming, especially I do pig farming, whereby I am able to sell piglets in my farm. My greatest fear is failing in my things that I do. And that's why in most cases when I want to do something, I really take a lot of time to practice and to prepare for it, because I don't believe I need to fail when it comes to a project that I want to do or an activity that I want to make. Even exam, when I go to exam, the biggest fear I normally have is to fail. So I normally I'm better fail to do something than do it and fail. So I like taking time with myself to prepare a lot before I do something in my life. As elected MCA for Mugwe, one is that I've been available to my people, because leadership is also being available to the people. I've tried to give them hope, especially the young people, the elderly people, and the children, that young people or everyone can start small and grow. I'm also trying to serve them with a lot of respect, because as you serve people, you're all supposed to respect them and be part of them. When in the next general election, I will be seeking the election as an MCA for Mugwe ward. And by chance we shall be have changed our constitution. I shall also be seeking for a CC position as an MC, because some of the recommendation is that in the next dispensation, the MCAs will be having an opportunity to be appointed as a CC member or ministers in the county government. We are very happy, and as the world, we are celebrating that now the vaccine is with us. The issues to do with the COVID-19, the vaccine is now with us. One thing I could like to say is that we as leaders, we need to install confidence with the people when it comes to issues of these services. And when we talk about the vaccination, to my opinion, it is supposed to start with leadership. We as the leaders, we are the people who are supposed to be vaccinated first, so that we instill confidence to our people because we present them.
That is all that we had prepared for you for this week. I have been your host, Grace Micheni. Till next time, bye bye.